while. All right, so I guess I can do Shakespeare till Nolan gets here. Anyone want to do Shakespeare? Okay, I'll do. Who wants to hear Wally do Midsummer Night's Dream? Yeah. All right, here we go. If we shadows have offended, think with this, and all is mended, that you keep but slumbers here whilst these visions did appear. And this weak and idle thing, no more yielding than a train, eh? Fans, do not represent. If you pardon weaker men, and as I am an honest king, I think of all the things we did now to escape the servant's tongue. We will make amends ere long. Else kids flash the liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give us your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore man. How many of you guys have been to Green Lantern, the animated series? Anybody? I'm here, so I play Razor. I play Razor. Congratulations, after weeks of stalking sharks, you unlock the secret as to where they got their garbage. Until the victory are behind. So, I did a thing on YouTube where Razor actually did some Hamlet. And he was very angry, because that's what Razor did. He was angry. You guys want to hear some Hamlet with Razor? Yeah. It's going to be a little loud in the beginning. Remorseless, lecherous, treacherous, kindless villain, oh, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? This is most brave, that I, the son of the dear and long murder, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, was like a whore attack my heart with words, and fall a cursing like a very drow, a scullion, starlight. Start my brain, wounded. I have heard a guilty creature, sitting at a play, have by the very cunning of the scene been so struck to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder will have no tongue, will speak of most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of a lawyer or a Trotskyist. I'll observe his looks, I'll tend him to the quick, and if he do revenge, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be a computer, and computers have power to assume a human shape, yea. And perhaps out of my weakness and my melancholy, where the impotent such spirits abuses me to down me. I'll have grounds more militant than this. The play is the thing. We're going to catch the conscience of the king. I'm just going to sit here and do stuff until Nolan arrives. You get here, so what? We have fun together.
Yeah, we do.
You orc voices from Shadow of Mordor.
Orc voices from Shadow of Mordor? I only take orders from Nolan. Right, that's pretty much how all the orcs sound in Mordor. And they chant things like, douchebag, douchebag, douchebag. Then you like kill people, you know. Oh, let's see. Any more requests? Jason Donovan from Uncharted Golden Abyss. Anybody get a Vita and play Uncharted Golden Abyss? Man, that was fun. I heard 2 million people bought one of those. Just kidding. We have a Disneyland and no one has one. How is that? All right, let's see. Are you killing me, Drake? These are my special sealskin leather boots. Jeez, you dress like my Uncle Mike. All right, good. Sean Bucket. All right, who's played Mad Max, the game? At some point, everybody in the room raises their hand eventually. I'm just going to read all the stuff I've ever edited, and someone will raise their hand. Okay. All right, so Sean Bucket was great. It was a lot of fun. It was 2 years. I did both the motion capture and the voice for Sean Bucket. So the motion capture looked like this.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I can get your heart out without payment. I can fix the safe. I can fix your car. Yes. And then we can throw her out. She's been running over. Baby!
Yeah, I can people out. Have you heard that? You know, somebody will come to the like, man, I just got done playing Mad Max, you were great. He's like,
Hey, hey!
and I go, oh, shut.
Oh, okay.
And then they want me to sign things. Let's see, what else do we have? I just played Lego Joker for DC Gotham City Breakout, which should be out in July, I believe. So that was lots of fun. We're doing panels and things like about that. I can't spoil too much, but I can do the voice, because it's in the trailer. There we go. Oh, spoonie. Oh, wait, I have to tell something. The Joker has a spoon. Did you guys see that in the trailer? He has a spoon. Well, that's because he dug his way out of our food with it. So the whole movie, I have the spoon, and I play the Joker and the spoon. Oh, Spoonie.
Yes, Joker?
Tell me I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful, Joker.
It was so hard not to do lines from the movie that I'm not allowed to say. Yeah, bummer. Okay. So, can I do Joker again? Yeah, you know, no.
Shake
Give me
your
the
Joker.
Okay, that's video. Oh, wait, stop right face camera. Oh, Facebook. I love you, Chris. I've never been able to take my eyes off of Chris is a dog. Bummer. Okay. Yeah, top right, top left, top. Oh, for crap's sake, come here and pick that. I'm on. I thought you were going to say crap. You're on. Okay. Is it recording now? Oh, cut this part out then. Okay, so I played the Joker in DC Gotham, and she missed it because she was doing something like watching me instead of filming me. It was 2015. I don't watch anything anymore. What are you doing? You can watch it later. Alright, so I played the Joker who has a spoon the whole time because he doesn't play Arkham, and I play both the spoon and the Joker, so that's so here we go. Oh, Spoonie, tell me that I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful, Joker.
And that's Okay, apparently we were supposed to start the panel now? Isn't that what it is?
Yes, but now it's a solo.
Introducing me! I'm going to be so angry when somebody splits me up.
Oh, too bad.
Okay, so I guess we can start now. It's so anticlimactic.
So what we're going to do is ask questions.
Whoa! Wow, that's a novel idea. Let's do it.
Really?
Okay.
So there's a mic in the middle of the room.
Sure.
We would like you to go up and see our great line moderator, Steve.
It seems weird to be so formal now that we've been so informal. Like, I'm like, just yell out questions.
We can always do it that way, but I would say, yeah, either you come to the microphone or feel free to
Yeah.
yell it out. You three all be loud. Just give you a notification. Nolan may or may not show up. Contact.
Yeah.
So you can just hop in at any time, guys. So.
Yeah, if he's here, we'll like let him join, I guess, right? We don't like Nolan North.
I think you have to do something for that.
You don't even have to shot.
There's payment required.
That's okay. I'll make him introduce me as a professional ring boxing announcer. Well, I'll introduce each other when he gets here. I'll make questions abound. Yes, young lady with the hand. Hand of the king.
Who did you play in The Last of Us?
Who did I play in The Last of Us? Okay, everybody that wasn't Troy Baker or they sent additional voices, and in that world, if you played it, which many of you have, there are so many characters that bring it to life. There's so many side conversations, so many things happening. So they called me, Liam, a lot of actors in, Josh Keaton, they called us in to make that world real. So I played probably about 13 or 14 people that were all over, like in the house and on the road and at a fortress and everything. There's a machine gunner at one point that people say they remember before. There's one conversation I remember about like a can of pork and beans. Right? It's like, yeah, what is it, can of what bacon? Yeah, it's like a can of bacon, and I had like a slight accent and I was like, I'm serious now, that's the most delicious thing I've ever had. Like, shut up, man, it was good. Yeah, so a lot of different ways. Never didn't play any freaks though. I didn't have. Yeah.
Did you do any flickers?
That's the freak stuff. Flickers, no. Didn't play one. I could have. I did not. At that point, they were full of flickers. Anything else? Other questions? Young Justice, Clone Wars. Yes.
I'm just curious, how do you go about developing your different identities or your voice identity?
Okay, well, I stand on my head and do yoga. Actually, what really helps is pictures. Believe it or not, what they'll give you when you audition a lot of times is they'll give you a small breakdown of what they want the character to sound like. And it's usually a celebrity reference of some kind. So, for example, I mentioned Clone Wars. I played Lux in Star Wars Clone Wars. Ahsoka, you're ruining my life. And for that, they said, we want him to kind of sound like an older Harry Potter, right? That's really strange. Like, oh, okay, it's an older Daniel Radcliffe. They'll give you that kind of reference, so that helps you get to a starting point. But anytime they can show me artwork, that to me is when it really just clicks in. Because there's something about the picture that you have to honor. If you don't, then it just sounds really strange. I mean, unless you're doing comedy and things like that, and all bets are off. But a lot of the stuff that I do is very realistic. And so when I saw a picture of Lux in the first episode that he was in with Ahsoka, he was this rich kid with a very stuffy high collar, and he was very formal and very, talked down and things like that. How many Jedi have you met? And that informed the voice that he had to be. So when by the time we got to the season where he started the Rebels, and I'm hoping he ends up on Star Wars Rebels, that'd be so nice. He lost some of that high, haughty nature because the artwork they showed me, he was in Rebel military like vests and things like that. So I had to honor the picture. I remember doing an audition for Disney once, very similar. And the original audition, the villain was very skinny, and he was very, how do they say looking, because he was a skinny hyena. And then when I got there to do the callback, they're like, okay, the artwork has changed. So they showed me this big bulldog-looking hyena. So at that point, you have to go and change things and turn them into an orc, because you have to honor what the picture is going to be. So I would say I try to think of things that no one's ever done before last. So once I get the sense of where they want ballpark, then the art tells me what it has to be. Then I think, okay, I've heard that, heard that, okay. So I don't go through things until I try to find something original. And that way it'll be memorable. So, awesome question.
Favorite voices you've ever done?
What are some of my favorite voices? That's a common question. I have to say, I'm a story guy. Like, I love story. So while, I like Chum Bucket's voice because it's different and original and off the track. Some of the characters that are my favorite are Razor and Wally because their stories are so gut-wrenchingly apt, and I love the way that they're full, fleshed-out characters. As far as voices go, gosh, I do a voice on the Powerpuff Girls, the new Powerpuff Girls, but it's not out yet, so I can't really do it. He's like a famous computer hacker in the world and gets infected. And that's a really fun one. Oh, gosh, I can't do it though. Something like that, by the way. So I would say I really like the story of Razor and Wally, and funnest voice to do so far has been Jump Bucket, I think, from Mad Max, just because it's so different than original.
Because any time you do it, it's just so full of him.
It's just different, you know. So that I would say, character-wise, just the way Jump Bucket.
Sweet. Good question.
Yeah, it is.
And one in the back, way back there. You're right, I couldn't hear you.
How did you get your start in voice acting? What led you to decide that that's what you wanted to do?
I'm still waiting for that. So that I can not show up to a panel and no one will care.
How I got my start? Please come to the door. Come to the door now.
You want the person I was looking for. You're going to find this is not the voice actor you're looking for. So the very first time I ever did voice acting, I came to LA to get into comedy, tried to get commercials and things like that. And I had an agent that also did voiceover in addition to commercial acting. And I always kept thinking my head in their offices, even though they didn't represent me, and doing some voices and doing crazy stuff. Can't imagine me doing that. And eventually they just got sick of me. And one time they had a non-union voiceover gig for a show called Sighting on Paramount. It was about UFOs. Everybody remembers that show? And they said, okay, Jason, there's a show called Sighting. They want you to call this voicemail and leave your audition on the voicemail. I was like, okay, this is how it works. You call voicemails and leave auditions. It's just bottom of the barrel stuff. But I called, and they wanted me to be like a young kid who saw beautiful in the sky. And so I called and I left that message, and I booked the job. So the first thing I ever did was leave an audition on a voicemail. And that's how I got my start. I didn't really work heavy in voiceover. The agent that I had dropped me. For about a year, I had no agent. I was just asking casting directors, please, do you have anything, if you know anybody? And then finally, Elaine Craig, who's a casting director in LA, she gave me a chance to read for an AM/PM spot without an agent. And she was so sweet. Elaine was awesome. And after she took that chance on me, she told me that TGI, who came Box, my current agent, was looking for somebody of my vocal range. For someone who died. Just kidding. I was just talking. And I went and I interviewed with TGI. And a week later, I was on the Nickelodeon Rocket Power. You guys remember Rocket Power?
Yes.
Wow, who knew? Jason, who? Who's this? Yeah, Rocket Power. I played Pie and Spud. Pie, Vixen. You ever see these were the bad guys that tortured Twister all the time? Right? Surprise, I'm going to get you. Right? And Spuds would never say anything. Lombardo Guiar played Lars. I got to scratch his track once. I got to play Lars one time. Twister, get him aboard! So, that was a lot of fun. I like Rocket Power. 40 episodes, good time. Yeah, I've done a lot of stuff, and people just have no idea who I am. And I like to keep it that way, because I just go all over the map, doing all kinds of different things. I don't get typecast, because nobody knows who I am. So, that's good. Good question. Sweet. Yes, you had one up here. Wow, you have your hand up. Did I answer it already? You can just yell.
Okay, are there any voice that you did that you just like forgot that you did and then you stumble upon it later on, like, oh, I did that.
Yeah. Is there any voices that you've done that you did, but then you forgot that you did and you stumble upon it later. Either rediscover it in my head or somebody brings it up. Yeah, actually, I've had people come up to me and be like, Jason, you were Wilhelm in Xenosaga? Do you remember that? No. What did he sound like? I was in Vampire the Masquerade. A lot of the older games that I was in, right? You guys remember these things? I played in Vampire the Masquerade. Let me see. Dev Null, was that a character? He was a computer hacker? Anyway. One of my favorite ones that I had forgotten about, and somebody brought it up to me the other day, was Tony Hawk's Underground 3. There's a character in there named Holly Wheels of Fury Ryan. Yeah. He's the guy who screwed himself up so bad he's in a wheelchair the whole time. The whole way contraction. Right? Somebody brought it up to me the other day, and I'm like, you're right, I played Holly Wheels of Fury Ryan. I remember making that voice. Now this character, he's in a wheelchair, basically skates all the time with his leg up like this, and he's trapped in a wheelchair with headgear on. And they're like, the character has headgear. I'm like, oh, headgear. And he's just an arrogant, in-your-face jerkweed who can't skate, and that's why he fucks himself up all the time. I'm like, okay, I think I got this. So I'm all, Holly Wheels of Fury Ryan, I'm whooping your ass! Riding around the whole game taunting everybody, even though he can't skate for shit. He just had his thing on you, but he's wearing the headgear. And he can't understand a thing he's saying. Holly Wheels of Fury Ryan. He's so fun. So the answer is yes, all the time. This is it's like a library where I've lost the card catalog. I'm interested in the magazines on the shelf today, but I'm sure there's back there. I don't remember. Yeah, good question. I love these questions. Yeah. Any dream roles? Yes, I want to be the Joker.
Oh no.
So sorry, but being late, I was at the hotel.
They're coming who?
I don't know.
No. Hi. Ladies and gentlemen, Nolan.
Thank you.
I told you we're in for
Have you
it.
been having fun?
We don't need you, Nolan. We don't need you. Okay.
We were going to introduce each other as professional boxing announcers.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing, in the blue shorts with the brown stain.
He's got to go right off, and when the man come up with the left, he on that, why is it going to be a good fight?
Weighing 300 pounds. When you carry the backpack full of all the stuff he's been in. He's got more person that will get the party without a medication, and he only does shows in rooms that are named after him. Nolan, everybody go! I'm so confused. You've done Shakespeare?
I did 2 Shakespeare's when we're done.
That should be longer.
So we're asking questions now.
Oh, great.
Where they're like, wow, have you done any voices that you forgot you did? And I was like, yes. Underground and Tony Hawk 2, whatever.
Did you do that?
I did Holly Wheels of Fury Ryan, so I'm not going to remember.
But a lot of people don't know, he was Dante.
Oh, yeah.
Uncharted, the Golden Abyss, with our little PSP thing.
Yeah? Only 2 million people know. Not a lot. Nobody played it.
That's better than I thought. Probably like 7. Because like 8 bought it.
And I thought the view was like a sports drink. We went, okay, moving on next thing. It was, I guess that's one of the things you want to talk about, is you're here to see us talk about collaboration and performance and goofing off. I guess we've covered the goofing off.
Or you just ask questions.
Yeah, next question. But they actually wanted me to do the voice of Dante. So somebody here could actually play the game. How cool is that? How many of you guys played Uncharted?
Okay, how many bought it like on eBay second hand?
Second hand.
No!
Yeah, there you go. The biggest thing that I get, I don't know about you, but young justice, the people want all the time. So I like the biggest conversation. How do you do it? We don't have the power. We're in. Just so you know, I think I can speak for Jason. We're in if they want to do a third season. We'll do it.
Hello, Netflix? He called and he said, "Put your justice season 3 out." Yeah. Crowdfunding. That's right. We have no power, we're just making stuff up.
Okay, so who's got questions?
Do it, got questions. Go ahead, go to the mic, my friend. You're a little
Mike?
Yeah.
So I got a question for you, Jason.
Okay.
What I've heard referred to as Nolan Northing something, where you do literally every single voice.
Nolan Northing, you have a question for me. What question was that other than, yes, he's freaking awesome.
I know he's freaking awesome, but have you heard what I've heard referred to as Nolan Northing something, where you do literally every single voice?
Every single voice from like movies.
Still in North and something?
Could use that thing.
I basically go in North everything. When I wake up, I go in North my teeth this morning. Technically, everything you do.
You almost didn't know where this point. Yeah.
Thank you very
So
much. I asked for sparkling. I didn't just
So, you mean in actual like game or movie that he's done a ton of movies? Or that someone says, could you please do Star Wars episode 4?
No, I mean like where you are signed to do like a game or movie and they ask you to do almost every single voice.
No, I'm not that famous yet. Actually, I don't,
But they don't, that's not Nolan Northing. You gotta understand.
they're all have to do at least 3. Okay, there is. They can contractually do it.
One payment gets 3 voices.
Yeah,
So if you can do 6,
right.
they just double your payment rather than have to get somebody else and go through their agents. I'm just, guys, there's a few of us in animation that have been able to do, like Jeff Bennett and Paulson, and I've been fortunate enough to do that because I just can.
If you can, they will.
Yeah, and you can, but they always will want you to do a couple other incidental ones. So it's really just, it's not like, oh, he's so great. It's cost efficient.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, I don't really work a lot because I'm economical.
Right? It's true. It's true. They don't get to pay for half the bill.
Yeah, that's.
Are you getting paid? No. My favorite water. No, I have done, for example, in the Lego DC Gotham City Breakout is gonna come out. I played the Joker, I played Spoonie, and I played another character named Prince Chronicle. And they're in there, and they're part of that's it. So, the answer is, you do that if you can. It's kind of I don't know, it's a nice way of them nodding to your talent, but they are giving you the work anyway, because they've already paid for it. So if you can get up to 3, they'll have you do 3. So yeah, it's just part of the business, in a way. And he's super talented, so you will hear him 3 every time. That you can.
Well, now I'm going down to 2.5.
Yeah. But you have to stretch. You have to stretch first.
I'm going to interrupt for just a minute. If you have a question, please come up to the mic so that you can be noticed.
Yeah. Because you're like right here, so.
Oh, he's right here. Let's just let him ask this one.
Oh, you asked me what would be my dream role? Okay, let's ask what would be my dream role. Well, I want to play the Joker in a Rocksteady game. Like, I want, because, or in a more serious cartoon, if DC were to put an animated series out or anything like that, that's a little more serious then. Playing him in the Lego games was fun and energetic and everything, but I also enjoy the darkness of that character. How would you sound? That's very interesting that you would ask. So, I'll just make it up as I go.
I would do something a little different.
I'd like to say,
He wants to hurt people. Nothing.
throw lollipop that way. All right, yeah, today, what was your dream movie?
Dream. I just, yeah, that's been a good one. Dream role, it's funny, it's like, I would like to, like, do an on-camera Western. That would be cool, just because I just love all the Sergio Leone, spaghetti Western, Eastwood, and then, you know, Once Upon a Time in the West. I mean, those movies are just, you know, the idea of going on to getting on a horse and just riding into town.
If Eli Wallach could be there, it'd be perfect.
With my little pony back.
That's what you ride into town.
Yeah. No, it just seems so cool. I just love westerns like that. And, you know, not on a mocap horse. None of that. I mean, that would be really cool. But of course, I had very minimal goals when I became an actor. I came to California, I wanted to do a Western, a war movie, and get shot with a squib. And, but, things are cool.
You were gonna ask a question, but you sat down. Thank you for your patience. Hi.
I have a question about voice acting and also a personal question about the industry.
We don't know anything about it.
The first question is, how do you guys approach doing voices for like incidental characters like Soldier Number 5 or like Boy Number 4? And I also wanted to ask, like, why do you guys think that a lot of audiences today, most of them older age, still like to watch the game show Jeopardy?
Nolan, you can go first. You take your main character, and you make sure the incidentals don't sound anything like it. So if my main character is talking like this, you guys, you might go over there, hey, boss, before you come, you want to west or east? But, you know, and find out where he's from.
I take that boy now, he's maybe Texas, he's gonna do something a little different, like that.
Or maybe he's a little higher, you know, he's from Chicago kind of guy. You know, the hardest thing is yelling and the call-outs in that different voice. And older people watch Jeopardy because they want to prove they still have something in the tank. But my dad loves Jeopardy.
I agree with Nolan.
And Alex Trebek, it's sexy. It's a chemical draw. Pheromone through your TV, especially in HD TV.
I can sense the musk.
Like the natural, it's like this pheromone
Permeating hair. Yeah. Well, look at the glass case something. Underneath the podium, it's radiating, it's good, it's out for everybody. The hair is beautiful.
It's not on his face, but it's on his person.
You got extra deep pockets in that jacket.
There's a lot.
They're so into the line. Hey, look, it's Deadpool. We both played Deadpool.
When did you play Deadpool?
Disc Wars. There was this show they asked me to come and play called Disc Wars. Yes, because that's what you doing? But they said you weren't available.
Oh, that's right.
No.
Oh, it's you. All right.
I did my first impression. Yeah, go ahead. You gotta read your question off your phone. Nice.
No, Max,
Oh, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
My question is, how is it working with other voice actors, like working together, or like working on a whole project? Like, how do you guys have fun? How do you guys connect with each other? That kind of stuff.
I love it. It's a treat. It's just really a treat. It brings out the best in me.
Like Kate now, we got here. Sarcastic and snarky. Really, it's amazing. The best part of my job is the fact that I get to work with people that I'm fans of. You know, I remember when I did the Transformers show, and I'm sitting there, and Peter Cullen goes, Autobots. I'm like, and Frank Welker, Kevin Michael Richardson, Aaron Norris, Steve Nolan, and Fred Cat, all these people are friends of mine. When we did Young Justice, you know, just
There was a rock, and everybody in there was amazing.
every day is fun, you know, so, no, it's, I think that's the great thing about voiceover community, where everybody is truly a fan of each other. You know, in on camera, world, you know, they say they are, and
They're all just pretty little liars, don't listen to them.
Oh, aren't you?
Yeah, that's terrible, that's terrible.
Barely on that show. She's all grossed up. Big daddy.
It's a collaboration too, like I think, like when there's an element of one-upsmanship in a kind sort of way, sometimes not kind of way, I think the people in the room can push you to be better. If you're all by yourself, you're doing your thing, and that's a lot of fun, but when you're in a room with someone as talented as Nolan, or, you know, Harvey, or Rob Paulson, or Red Dash, or all these people who are really talented, you have to up your game, and you love bringing your piece to that, and it makes you better. So in a way, I think it makes us all better to be next to each other in a room.
And it's professional recess.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like detention.
Yeah, but if they could record the stuff between the takes, we need to be arrested, or they open up the wall.
Yeah.
Shut it, says, can't even do it, but take my kids away.
Good question.
May I say, it's an honor to meet you guys, but I just have a question for Nolan. So when you did the video, I think it was on YouTube, it was posted on there, with Troy Baker talking about Uncharted, and you were looking at the building.
Yeah.
Were you actually thinking of climbing that?
You see, I'm such a good actor. I had you fooled. A man of my age climbing a castle in the middle of No, we were doing a press junket through Italy, in Rome at that castle, and basically all the press come there, and we he has an outside ever. No, and they just said, hey, why don't you do something funny? And they said, we wrote some stuff. We're like, well, we just started making. I said, okay. Great thing about that is we did it, we just improv. And I made the whole thing up. And my favorite part of that whole video is Troy. Troy's just staring at me. I thought that's what made me laugh. You know, and that's what it just was. This blank look, and I told him about it. I said, I just went off, like, I'll do that, I'll do the train fight. And the funny thing is, I knew actually where, if I did have to climb it, I would go. 10 years of fake climbing. But when I watched that video, and his look of like, it's just this look of like, you're kidding, right? You're kidding. You're not kidding. Without saying those words, he just had that look, and then it was funny. But no, the short answer is no. I don't want to climb the tree anymore. I'm not climbing.
Yeah. Yes, my friend.
The same question I asked you.
The answer is no. I don't want to climb.
I was just wondering, how you got your start voice acting before that you decided to say you wanted to do over your career?
How I started? I started in New York doing theater and stand-up, just whatever I could. And then when I moved to Los Angeles, it actually was kind of a cool break happened about 6 months in. When I was there, I got a 5-year contract on the soap opera. And, people say what they want about it, but it teaches you how to be a professional actor. You show up every day, you call time, you have scripts, and you're memorizing, you're working with other actors. And, some were terrible actors, and some were good actors. I was no actor. I was just, oh my God, I mean, just fake it till you make it, and all that whole thing. And when that show, like the Sick Dog, was euthanized, they should have shot. They did the slow. There's a cat in here. The guy actually was on the show. After that, I started doing like, okay, you bounce around, get a star here, get a star there, and somebody just said, you're always messing around with your voices and everything. You should find a voice over age. I didn't even know it was like that. I thought voiceover people were just like, brought to you by, the new company, by Taco, that kind of thing. And then so I got an agent, and they started sending me out, and here we are, 19 years later. stuff. So it's, yeah, and all of a sudden you're just working. And the one thing that I did is, at the time when I broke in, the people who were established in voiceover just wanted to do animation, character voices like that. It was either a commercial, or where there was a lot of money, or there's animation. And video games were just kind of new, and I had kids. You know, there's no secret. They were like, hey, you want $700 to go scale? I think it was $700. You gotta go yell for 4 hours. And I'm like, yeah. And I'll go, I'm going to yell at the boys here because I'm broke, or I'm going to go yell for money. There's a lot of truth to that. Not yelling at kids. But no, and so the games, and then all of a sudden, and that was funny, I just did an interview, and somebody said, what's it like being a pioneer in gaming voiceover in gaming? I'm not a pioneer, but like, yeah, you were like the first to do a lot of these titles. Not really. It just made me feel old. but the thing is, it's really luck. I was at the right place at the right time, and then, games, and everybody started. Then gaming was like a new door for an actor to walk through and make money. And I just was there at the door, just because with other people, but like Steve Bloom and Fred Tatasciore and Fred and I had the same agent who brought us from this little agency. Keith Ferguson was another one. We just Chris Edgerly. He's working most on The Simpsons now. He's great. But it's just sort of the right place at the right time in any industry. And that's what I can do.
It's what Carol said.
They don't care. They just want to hear it.
That's important.
There's a few people who thought like Lee Majors was going to be right.
Well, just show you.
A lot of you get Joey in the truck.
Hi. For both of you. What's your favorite episode of Justice?
I did not hear that. There was a loud noise in the hallway. Someone was serving food. Go ahead.
What's your favorite episode of Young Justice?
Favorite episode? Cold-hearted for me. Cold-hearted, where he gets the heart. Kid Flash goes and gets the heart. Go ahead.
I don't remember the name of the episodes, but I like the one when I got Wolf.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, which one are you going to name? Wolf. Yeah, most of the time it's just super white. Like, I'm angry! Catch him as a kid. Superman has to come in and calm him down. I think, I think when he got his dog.
Just don't tell him.
Yeah.
You like to tell me how to sound like a dog. I remember that. We're doing Young Justice, and I remember they're like, okay, who can do a dog noise? And then I was
like, first of all, like 6 arms.
Shoot. Like everybody shoots up, and I went, and you went, no, dumbass. It sounds like this. You have to open your mouth. Rash is telling me how you know to go. You have to open your mouth.
That might have been interesting.
Right. Hey, hello. Yeah. Golden Abyss. I'm sorry, what's the question?
2. I thought 2 was cool. 2 was really cool. To play?
And me.
To play was number 2. To make was probably 3, because 2 was such a huge hit. To make 3, Graham McTavish, who played Lazarovich, became a very, very close friend of mine on 2. And so much so that Amy Hennig made him Cutter in Uncharted 3, because he was Drake's buddy. And there was just an ease, and it was like junior year in high school. You're just like, yeah, it's like you're right, it's like freshman's over, sophomore was a huge hit, and now you're juniors, and senior class is lame, you don't even know them yet, so you don't care, you're not leaving, so there's no, it was just so much fun, there was just an ease about it. And then 4 was a blast too, but it was different because a lot of the team had split off and gone a different way. Still a great experience, but it's just different. So, but there was an ease in 3 because 2 we were ahead. And the only pressure was to repeat, to try to not go surpass what we did, but bring something up to the level. And we were just, when you work together on 3 games over, I think that was like 7 years on those 3. There's an ease, you get to know, it's like your coworkers, you know, you just know that person's moving as an actor, you know, like, there's the ability to improv and do certain things just because you know them.
And those kids have that, like, you bring that to life, you know.
Well, everybody did. Emily Rose, Richard McGonigal,
Yeah.
you kind of know where somebody's gonna go, and then you may say something a little different. And everybody kind of inhibited their characters more. And I like 3 too, because I love Richard McGonigal. And in Uncharted 2, the big complaint from a lot of fans is it's not enough selling. The really cool father-son mentorship dynamic. And I really enjoyed working with Richard a lot. He's just a great guy, great talent. And I had a lot of him, and I had a lot of Graham. So it was cool. It was like getting the gang back together. But they were all fun.
You've been saying the same.
In the Deadpool movie, if Deadpool had been schizophrenic, Nolan, would you have voiced the voices in this test?
Sure. Not afraid. But
Yeah.
Yeah. People always say, why aren't you in the movie? I'm like, well, I don't need to be in the movie, just say in the movie. I thought it'd be funny if they wanted to do something. First of all, if they wanted to do something, I thought it was a great movie. I thought Ryan Reynolds, people don't understand, maybe people here do because we're so locked into this world, but he's a huge Deadpool fan. He's a huge fan of the comic books, so when an actor's emotionally invested in a project like that, he's going to give it everything he's got. And so I thought it was great. I thought T.J. Miller was funny. I mean, it was great. If somebody said, what would a good cameo be? I said, well, you could do it where he's doing you could be where he's like in a chase scene and he smashes into a building and the wall knocks down and I'm there with headphones on doing the Deadpool games voice. And he's like, you don't sound anything like me. You shoot. It's just, but if they want to do voices in his head, I don't know. Sure. We'll work for food.
This is actually a really good follow-up question to that. Since you have both played parts that other actors have done, whether it be voiceover or other
Yeah.
does that actually in any way, shape, affect your performance? Like, do you try to grab something from their performance, or do you try to like stay far, far away from their performance on purpose?
I would say it depends on what they ask for, because sometimes they're very clear and they want it to sound ish. They'll say, please sound ish, Ryan Reynolds ish, or whatever, and they'll even be explicit. They'll say, we're not looking for a dead match, but please bring what this sounds like. Or they'll explicitly say, don't. We really kind of want to divorce ourselves from that, and whether that's a business reason or a creative choice, they'll explicitly tell you where they want to land, and then you have to land there if that's where you want to hit the role. So ultimately, I don't think that choice is ours a lot of times. But if they ask for an impression, he'll get it.
I don't like this movie. I like caricatures of voices and impressions. But no, I would say if I was because you were talking about Joker. You would want to stay away. You don't want people to go, he's doing Mark Hamill. No, you wouldn't want to do that. And if they asked for it, I'd be a little leery. I'd be like, why? Why don't you just get Mark?
Yeah.
You should get Mark.
Yeah.
Mark's really good. Well, business reasons, don't be cheap, get Mark. Unless Mark doesn't want to do it, but don't, you don't want to be the guy that, or that somebody comes up and they said, oh, you took over his role because you're doing that voice. I won't audition for Wolverine. Won't do it because it's Steve Bloom, and I'm only going to do a Steve Bloom impression. He's like, like this. I have a cigar in my trachea. Yeah, no, you know what to do it. We're a real. It's like I was saying before, the voiceover community is just everybody's really fans of each other. People just genuinely like each other. And people say, was there a role somebody else done that you'd like to do? I'm like, no, I really enjoyed their performances. I want to see somebody else do it. I love to hear Fred do the Hulk. And first of all, people can't do the Hulk.
The Hulk, yeah.
He's got like lungs of
a whale, yeah. Crazy.
I covet my neighbor's gate.
Yeah. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's hall. That's generally
general rule is voiceover.
Just don't do that. If it's green, don't go there. Yeah.
So, hi, this is for Nolan. First off, I love you so much.
You're eating the truck.
I'm one of the 7 people who played Uncharted Golden a bit, so I'm wondering, what was it like to go from working with like Naughty Dog on, the big game Uncharted 3, and going to work with the smaller Sony fans on Uncharted Golden?
For my process, it wasn't any different. We actually shot it on the same stage as we shot the Uncharted 3.
Was it creative process?
No, not for me. I mean, it's just, the director's different. We had a few people. It's, at the time, Amy Hennig was, sort of consulting to help out with storylines, but I was John Garvin, the writer, and it's the same process, and what they did with the data and how they make it, I was way above my pay grade. I had no idea how that's done. I'm not smart enough to do that.
Yeah.
So, no, for me, it was no different. The quality of co-stars kind of went down.
You get what you pay for.
No, it was a blast. I mean, we had a good time. It was JB, right?
Yeah, JB Blanc was awesome. The only one I ever knew, and I'll tell you, the other one I just loved it, I'm sure it was wow.
Yeah, it was pretty much just like that.
Creatively free. Yeah.
I'm a commercial voice actor, and I was wondering if you had any advice in transitioning from commercial to creative.
Commercial is creative.
They're all one tenth, my friend.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, people always say, oh, you do all these different voices. I've probably done better business-wise with this voice, because this is Drake, which is my own voice. I mean, Assassin's Creed, Desmond Miles, it's just Drake with an attitude. It's gloomy Drake. This is my story. I'm so sleepy. Your own voice is fine. I think, I've done commercial stuff too, but not to the extent of, a lot of times I'm like,
Got the 2007 Toyota Tundra.
still doing like a voice.
Right.
But if you say like in animation and things like that, just acting classes, unless you've taken them, you've done that, because an impressionist, somebody like, anymore, I'm gonna need a catheter.
There's a trough under the table.
We only have 5 minutes left, so.
Okay. So the answer is, acting classes, and just do it. There's so many different places just to start sending auditions. It might be your own voice, it's just a character. I watched cartoons, you watch stuff, right? And you just kind of listen, good ear. Like if I were a musician, I'd be the guy who played my ear. The program,
I would say acting is probably the biggest thing that people look for, that the difference, even though not really. I mean, even in commercials, you need to be able to give them what they want from a feeling perspective. But that's probably the most marked difference between the two, is that they want you to be able to bring that character to life in that moment, and acting is, what that is. So, yeah. What, yell it out, bro. Oh, wait, he's standing there already, so you're sorry. 2 seconds. Good idea.
Hold on 1 second. You're next.
There you go.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Just a quick question. Do you guys remember the first time you met, or if there's any memorable memories you had when you had worked together?
Yeah.
The one night stand.
Yeah.
They showed up, both smelled like tequila.
Yeah.
You're playing Kid Flash.
Yeah.
Crazy, super boy.
I did not wait in the drop.
Kid Flash, I don't know, it was Young Justice, and
Yeah.
everybody was so excited to be like regulars on the show. And just like, it was just.
I told them the first thing you ever said.
What did I say?
The first thing that Nolan ever said to me is I walked up to him and he looked at me and he goes, "You're supposed to wash the conditioner out." And that's it. You don't remember that?
heard him say that.
Yes, right.
My girlfriend really wants to know, who do you think killed Charlotte De Laurentiis and, Pretty Little Liars?
Oh, she's gonna be so disappointed.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, this was for Jason.
Oh, I have no idea. I think Nolan did.
I don't watch the show. I don't watch the show. I don't know who that is. I know there's Charlotte. I don't know. A killed Charlotte.
That's right. That's a good answer.
I don't know, and they don't give me the scripts if I'm not in them, and I'm not in a lot of them. Because I'm usually walking, I know what you've seen, Toby, and then he disappears already. Half a season.
You know, the Oscars, yeah, we have.
No. All right, I had a question right here.
Yeah, sure.
No. Yeah.
This is a question for both of you. So what's your favorite line from anything we've ever
Favorite line from anything we've ever voiced?
So hard.
They're all my children. They're all, I mean, like, how do you pick a favorite?
There was one where, in Uncharted, when Richard McGonagall, we'd improv a lot of stuff. And he said, oh, God, I sweat like a hooker in church. And out of nowhere, I just went, you brought a hooker to church. That's one of them.
I know.
That's a good thing, because that's...
I think Kid Flash, one of them where he is trying to impress Megan at all costs, and he's got barbecue, whatever, and he finally has to confess that he does not believe in magic. And he goes, magic is the real lie. A major vogue.
Just took me back.
Okay, we have to
Don't cry.
stop this now, as much fun as it is. You can see Jason for autographs at 1:30 Friday. And I don't know if you're...
Yeah, no, I'm going up right now.
Oh, cool, and you could go now. And it's in this building, correct?
Yeah, right?
Upstairs on the third floor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.